All right, Shalom. This is Brother Gabar, the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. And before I hop into the spiritual hydration, I'm going to give all praises to the Most High in their true Paleo Hebrew names and in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. So, Kal Halayim, like Yahweh Bahashim, Yahushua Bahashim, Ha Rakach Kodasha Ma'amaf. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder as well, Aharawan. And Shalom to you, brothers and sisters, pushing and keeping this truth and faith in the sincerity into the end, man. All right. So as you can see, this lesson, it's just coming from the word Hinduism, Salaki, which is basically the pursuit of pleasure, And I wanted to get that because that's the spirit that's pushed here in America, man. Is that pursuit of fleshly pleasure, doing whatever. Doing whatever, believing whatever, indulging in whatever is pleasing unto you. You know what I'm saying? Even though it can be completely spiritually and maybe like morally wrong, according to the scriptures, the knowledge and wisdom of the scriptures, you know. But that's what America pushes, is that do as thou wilt spirit, like do whatever makes you happy, which is which is the word Hinduism, pursuing, basically fleshly pleasures, man, you know. So I just want to get a few scriptures, going into that definition again, because that's the spirit that's here in America, man. Do as thou wilt, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel good, indulge in it, partake in it, believe in it, act on it, whatever the case may be, man. So I'm just gonna get a few precepts from the book of Galatians, chapter 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 17. It says, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. All right, so been in the truth, we know that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. You know what I'm saying? Because the things of the spirit, again, gonna naturally clash with the things of the flesh, man. Those fleshly desires gonna clash with those spiritual desires. All right, but that's why you gotta put your flesh into submission, man, and hearken unto those spiritual things, man. Because hearken unto the flesh is ultimately death. So 2/3 of our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are right along with these other nations here in America, and all across the world, but primarily here in America, man. They indulge in the flesh, what I'm saying, more than the spirit, man. All right. They're not worried about putting their flesh into submission, seeing their fleshly desires as detrimental, to their spiritual wealth and their spiritual health, man. All right. And again, man, indulging in the flesh is ultimately going to lead to death and destruction, whereas indulging in the spirit is going to lead to life, man, and salvation. All right. So ultimately, our people are choosing, are choosing death over life, for the sake of pleasure, right? But it says, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would, man. All right. So it says, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. All right. Because, man, the spirit will be calling you to, read or study or hearken unto the men of the Lord, or, pray, or, spiritual things according to the scriptures, man. But the flesh want to, indulge in these wicked holidays. The flesh want to, go out to the parties and the clubs. The flesh want to partake in, consumption and greed and, the pursuit of riches, and chasing the bag, chasing the money. That's something that's real. The spirit, that's a heavy spirit in this place too. America is chasing the bag, man. Pursuing money. All right, putting like careers and things like that over, morality and integrity. All right. 2/3 of our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they fall victim to Hinduism, man. Indulging in the flesh, man. In the fleshly desires, rather than seeking out those spiritual things, man. And if they do seek out spiritual things, it's always in the wrong way, man. These false religions, these false beliefs, and these false practices, and so on and so forth, man. So this is more so for those that's in the truth, sincerely trying to dwell in the spirit rather than the flesh, But verse 18 it says, but if ye be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanliness, lavishness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, and heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revilings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in the time past, that they which do these things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, man. All right, and all the things that's listed are literally the core values and the core things pushed here in America, man. You know, adultery, man. Men sleeping with other men's wives, women sleeping on their men, sleeping around on their husbands, they men. All right, fornication, spiritual and physical fornication, uncleanliness, man. Are that's heavily pushed here. With the foods and also certain practices that we would be considered unclean, man. Lavishness. I'm probably not saying that right. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. Salaki. Well, verse 20, idolatry, another, heavy thing pushed here in America and again across the world, but primarily focusing here in America, man. Idolatry, these worshiping these false idols, man. People put these celebrities and such on pedestals, these false gods, these false idols, witchcraft, all right, pushed heavy here. Hatred. Yeah, all right, that's another thing that's pushed heavy here in America, especially amongst the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings. You know what I'm saying? Envying what another man got, envying what another woman has, envying what your enemies and oppressors have, so on and so forth, man. Murders. You know what I'm saying? That's again heavily pushed here in America. The music is all shoot 'em up, bang bang, kill 'em up music. The movies, the TV shows. You know what I'm saying? Drunkenness. You know, another spiritual drunkenness, but also physical drunkenness, man. You know, uh, um, and basically just saying like, man, these are all the spirits that's promoted and pushed here in America, man, primarily on the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, because most of our people to um you know, choose to indulge in the flesh, man, and those fleshly pleasures and desires, Hinduism, you know what I'm saying, versus, seeking that right path, man, which would be Yahweh Bashim Hashad, the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of these scriptures, man. All right. And the main point is the end of verse 21. It says, they that which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, man. All right. So that's why 2/3 of our people are going to have to be cut off and destroyed on this side, man, by those 200 million nuclear missiles, because uh, their pursuit of fleshly pleasures, man, is so heavy to the point where they can't even seek out spiritual things, man. You know, which is ultimately gonna be their death and destruction and their judgment, man. You know, and again, being in this truth, we know, man, the scripture tell you that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, man. So, man, if you got a spirit that's willing, you know what I'm saying, man, you gotta assist that spirit, you know what I'm saying, and his will to do what Yahweh Shemi Hashah requires of us, man. You know, and that's just that, man. Crucifying the flesh, Shalakia, you know, putting your flesh into submission, to do the will of Yahweh Shemi Hashah. And 2/3 of our people, man, they don't have a spirit to do that, man. And again, that's why they ultimately gonna be cut off and destroyed on this side, man, by those 200 million nuclear missiles. All right. So the main point of this lesson would be, do the opposite of Hinduism, man, because Hinduism is the pursuit of fleshly desires, man. So do the opposite of that, man. Be in the pursuit of those spiritual desires, man. Pertaining and indulging in the spirit rather than the flesh, man. You know. And come on with that, I'm gonna say shalom.